Have been following the pretrial hearing of Kacey Jennings, the man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend Allison Castro. Today's suppression hearing focused on what evidence will be admissible during the jury trial, which is currently set for June. 5 News reporter Bo Russell joins us after spending the day in court to break down what was argued. Bo?
Morgan, it was a lengthy 2-day pretrial hearing. Now, yesterday, all motions to withdraw the death penalty as a possible punishment in this case were denied, meaning the last day and a half has been about what evidence jurors will actually be allowed to consider once this case goes to trial. In court, we heard witness testimony from roommates, responding officers, and detectives, but most interestingly, we heard a series of recorded interviews with Jennings and detectives from their initial investigation. In those interviews, Jennings is heard admitting to law enforcement he killed Allison Castro and is even heard driving with them to the locations where he told them he disposed of her body. But today, defense attorneys motioned to suppress that evidence from ever seeing trial. In their motion, defense attorneys referenced the legal doctrine called the fruit of the poisonous tree, something I find extremely interesting. So I wanted to illustrate for you today their argument. I thought I'd draw out a visual document. Let's see if it fits in the frame there. So their argument is that in this case, Jennings' initial interview with officers while he was still in Washington Regional is the poison tree. That's this right here, the base of the argument. They argue that Jennings may have been under medication and was mentally unfit. Therefore, it was unconstitutional to question him and take a statement. Defense attorneys say that because of this, all further evidence, or the fruit, can't be admitted because it was collected unconstitutionally or spoiled by the poisonous tree. Prosecutors, however, responded to that argument by claiming first, Kacey wasn't under arrest during the initial interview and could have refused to answer any questions, but second, they say all of the evidence gathered later was separate and therefore wouldn't have been spoiled and would have been identified regardless of that first interview in the hospital. They say that first interview is not what led to an arrest warrant and subsequent evidence, so therefore the fruit was never spoiled. Now, Judge Joanna Taylor is going to consider these arguments and many others that were made today, and she said in court she'll give her ruling on what's admissible and what's not in the coming weeks.